You and 4 extras, I'm disappointed in you guys, okay? Y'all leave 607 Unc alone. We need him back over here. We need 607 Unc back over here. Y'all leave that man alone, all right? I don't know what's going on, but we need 607. We need you back over here, man. Bring your ass back over here to Cali, my nigga. Biggie Smalls. Going back to Cali. That might be a subliminal.
What up, y'all? It's Coffee on the vid. Tapping back in with some updates and a throwback as well. But this 607 Unc-ish has been just the most viralist news, and I knew it was going to be from the moment that happened, man. Like, that was a crazy moment. Like, the set tripping on air, but he apologized. Wack is crazy. He's telling him come back, but Wack was just on social network. I'll link it in the comments, man. Wack was trying to use this to really diss Munchie B, posting on a gram and, you know, calling Munchie B all kinds of disrespectful names. Nothing to the level of what Unc said, right? But just basically trying to call him soft and like your super turned up B team card should be pulled and you're soft. Why didn't you get off on him? But you know what I mean? It's like, come on. We saw Wack100 get held back by one pinky. Like, trying to act like he was going to do something to Flacco, you know. But everyone knows at this point, man, Wack100 is all for the content 100% at all times. He's full-blown content mode. This is what he's wanted, man. He said, fuck that trucker life and managing the game and Blueface and all that. I want to be the star. I want to be Mr. Controversial. Stitches pushed me out his birth canal. When I socked him out, that gave me birth in this blogosphere-ish, and I want to take it and run with it. You know what I mean? That's just my take. Let me know your take. But what's going on? Because I didn't even watch the whole 4 Extras 607 thing. I ain't been following it as closely as, like, I know a lot of individuals are. As I stated, it's wild viral, and we knew it would be. You know what I mean? But I saw the headlines of him leaving No Jumper. Is Wack saying he flat out left Cali as well? Does he really want him back? Is he just trolling here? Does he want him back to troll Munchie B more? Like, comment your thoughts about all this and what in the fuck is really going on, and what is he talking about with that Biggie subliminal? You know what I mean? Because we know when Biggie went back to Cali and was bumping I'm going back, right? Ain't that the song that was playing when he was gunned down, right? Ain't that what it is? So what is he saying there? Tap in.
I did 27 months in jail. Like you said, I'm home. I'm in a Maybach. Now, at the worst point of my time, this one kick me while I'm down, right? And say my crib getting foreclosed now. Let's speak on that. First of all, my crib wasn't getting foreclosed. I was paying a dude. He wasn't paying his bills. The house went up for foreclosure. Ain't nobody reach out to my family, ask me how my bills was getting paid for them 27 months. I did that. I wound up getting a beautiful end of the stick. Because look, my wife is in this crib. I'm locked up for 6 to 7 months. Now they want us out the crib. The judge is like, but they don't really have to leave. Y'all compensate them for leaving. So on top of that, the bank gave my wife $70,000 to get out the house. She lived in that house for 6 months rent-free while I was locked. So that's why I say God got me. It's little things like that.
This is that throwback that I was talking about. You know, Juelz been home. It's so crazy the way this dude went away. We was just talking about Stitches too. We announced to the world today or yesterday or sometime very recently that he's totally clean and sober. He's off the Suboxone. He's off everything. He's clear-minded. He's happy. You know, he's trying to take back everything the devil took from him via that addiction and the pitfalls of life that he experienced. And you know, Juelz addiction is what led him to go to prison. That's what it was. That man was so high he forgot the strap was in his luggage at the airport, plain and simple. Ain't no two ways about it, you know what I mean? And like, we saw all the stuff coming out about the home foreclosures and different things like that, and him losing his teeth, which we seen the pics, man. You know, there was a YouTuber a while back, he said Juelz can't feel my face and he can't find his teeth. That was crazy, man. But Juelz was the butt of a lot of jokes, and I'm a big Juelz fan, you know, like he should have been a much bigger artist than he turned out to be. Like, that that Lil Wayne joint, that was supposed to come out years ago, that Bloody Mary, you know what I mean? But it didn't, or whatever the EP, or no, that was I Can't Feel My Face, but it went how it went, man. But you heard him back when he first came home. He wanted to clean it up and let everyone know, like, yo, people were stealing from me. And that's the thing too, when you get locked up. But at the end, it worked out. You want everyone to know, you know what I mean? But living that life, getting high, possibly going to jail and shit like that. It's always crazy to see a celeb go to prison too. You know what I mean? It's like, yo, you dumb rich, and rich enough to not be going to jail. But you know, that's where it's gonna lead you: jails, institution, and death. And speaking of Dipset, Juelz, the capo, back in the news. So Jimmy's just been trolling with this whole Nas thing, you know what I mean? I'll pin that one, I believe, as well, if y'all want to tap into that combo a little more. Like, some random individual like me made a blog talking about Nas. Jimmy was more top tier an artist than Nas, which is like, yo, you bumped your head, you know what I mean? But Jim Jones is taking it and running with it in so many words. He's like, yo, this is what you do nowadays. You troll, you run with things, you push them streams up. And, you know, like, Jim's music has gotten better as time went on, but he could never touch Nas in any shape, form, or fashion on the mic. That's crazy. But him and Shannon Sharpe had a little yelling match on Club Shay Shay. He also had to tell him, like, yo, not only is Nas better than you, like, you're only on here because of this. Nas would just get the invite off GP. You ain't even on that. But he challenged him to a workout contest, right? And it's crazy, right? He's talking about working out your hips and all this, and we know all this, that station accusations, which are way more than accusations if you ask me, right? But check it out. He said, in case you didn't, I did, Shannon Sharpe. Where you at, bro? Did you work them hips out today, big fella? Hey, yo, pause, y'all. And Jimmy didn't put a pause there. I'm putting it there. I add 60 pounds to my pull-ups to see how it feels to be your weight doing pull-ups. And I went through some light iron around. We ready and waiting on you. Talk is cheap. You might as well come get some of this money in the gym. You got the whole NFL waiting on you to see what you gonna do. And like, Shannon Sharpe shouldn't entertain this. I'm sure he won't. And it's like, the whole NFL ain't waiting on this, Jimmy. Like, you're really trying to run with this, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what I mean. Like, Nas don't have to tap into bullshit like this. He's just always gonna make noise just off of being like a prophet of hip-hop. You need the extras, in my opinion, you know what I mean? But that's going to do it for this one. Hit the comments, let's talk, sub up, check out them videos if you want in the comments. As always, you know what I mean? Over here, it's just about hearing from y'all, the people, on these different topics, debates, and discussions. With that being said, I'm up out of here. Peace.